Blue Ridge Cable TV 13 Sports presents high school basketball. Today, it's a PIAA Boys Quad A Eastern semifinal between Stroudsburg and Lowermerion. Today's game brought to you by B-Secker's Diner, Eagle Valley Body Shop, Healthplex Medical Center, by H. John Davis Oil Company, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Main Street Appliance, Home Entertainment and Furniture Center, Midas Muffler, by Miller's Paint and Wallpaper Stores, Mountain Falls Pellet Stoves and Gas, James Diamond's National Jewelry and Manufacturing Company, and by the Starting Gate Ski and Sports Shop. Hi everybody and welcome back to the Mecca, Martz Hall here at Pottsville, along with Bob Milkby. I'm Bob Capasso. Today it is a state quarterfinal, the Eastern semifinal, the Aces and the Mounties. The Mounties have gone as far as they ever have, and they have a chance to go to the Eastern final.
Bob, it doesn't get any better than this. Let me tell you, we expect a packed house here at Martz Hall, and it's going to be a terrific ball game. And of course, a Lowermerion team that's on a run, 24 straight wins, beating Chester in a District 1 finals. That's saying something. I saw that Chester team play that tripleheader, that big high school tripleheader at Stabler a few weeks ago, and let me tell you, I thought Chester was something special. And if this team can handle Chester, they must be something extraordinary.
Well, let's get right to it. The Gatorade Circle of Champions National High School Player of the Year is with us tonight. It is Kobe Bryant. He will wear 33. He is a 6'6" guard. Yes, a guard for the Aces. The National Player of the Year, we talked about this yesterday to try and stay away from the superlatives in this game, but boy, how can you not when you talk about the Player of the Year?
We may have to say great a few times today, but the Strasburg Mounties will hope that we don't have to say it too often. But Kobe Bryant, no question about it, averaging 32 points a ball game, leading the team in rebounds, about 11 rebounds a game, and also, believe it or not, leading this team in assists. Now, what does that indicate when you have a scouting report such as that? That means that Kobe Bryant, even though he's at 6'6" and has terrific leaping ability, probably plays perimeter-type basketball. And fans may not believe this, but I think that's where you're going to see him start, out on the perimeter. He penetrates so well, so when he gets the pressure on the penetration, they'll double, they'll triple him. He looks for the open person. That's why he leads his team in assists.
And it does create some matchup problems for Stroudsburg. The man on the spot today will be Emmett Donnelly. Emmett gets the assignment on Kobe Bryant, but Emmett obviously is going to have to get some help. Emmett goes about 6'1" and Bryant 6'6".
That's right. It's going to be a tough assignment for Emmett Donnelly. But you know what tomorrow is? St. Patty's Day. You know where Emmett hails from? Ireland. So this may be his day, but he's going to have a very, very difficult assignment. 6'6" against 6 foot, right there in size mismatch is one thing, but with the ability of a Kobe Bryant, how do you play such a guy? What you have to do is going to have to play him belly to belly, face up on him, and get on him tight, and hope for help from the weak side. Ken Lacey, you're going to see him sitting in that paint area, waiting for the penetration of Kobe Bryant, because Emmett's going to do everything he can to stop him from penetrating, but it's going to be a difficult assignment, Bob.
How do you come into a game when you have a star that you have to go up against like a Kobe Bryant? What do you say as a coach to your team to keep them maybe from being in awe of this kid?
What you do, Bob, you say, look, we're a good basketball team. We're good basketball players. You read about this, there's a lot of hype, but remember, he's a human being. Mm-hmm. He makes his errors. He's got certain skills. We have ability also. We work as a team, and as a team, you try to beat an individual like that.
It is the Eastern semifinal, Lowermerion and Stroudsburg. The starting lineups and the tip are coming up. Back at Martz Hall in Pottsville, Stroudsburg, to be introduced, Ken Lacey is the center, a 6'9" senior wearing number 4. Tarek El Bassouni, a 5'10" sophomore, wears number 5. Kyle Reed is number 10. He is a 6-foot senior. Mark Slavin is 11. He is a 6'1" senior. And Emmett Donnelly, a 6'1" senior, wearing 23. Sean Thornton in his 4th year as head coach of the Mounties. He is 68 and 37 to this point. The Mounties 26 and 4 overall. Mountain Valley champs, 11-1. District 11 champions. They beat Whitehall 59-47. For the Aces, Emery Dabney, a 5'10 sophomore, wears number 13. Number 21 is a 6'3 sophomore, Dan Pangrazio. Number 22, a 6'3 senior, Jermaine Griffin. Number 33, a 6'6 senior, Kobe Bryant, the National Player of the Year, son of LaSalle and NBA player Joe Jellybean Bryant. And Brandon Pettit, a 6'5 junior, wears 34. Greg Downer, the head coach of the Aces, 28-3 on the season, 18-0, Central League champs. They're on a 24-game win streak. District 1 champs. They beat Chester 60-53. The opening tap is moments away. Here are the Mounties. Lacey, Reed, Elbasuni, Slavin. You get a good look at Emmett Donnelly, who will get a good look at Kobe Bryant.
Stay off the floor here.
And Bob Key, remember Ken Lacey averaging about 23 points a game and particularly dominating the offensive end the second half of the season. Must remain out of foul trouble because size-wise, mismatch all overall size with this Lower Merion club. You have Bryant at 6'6", Pangrazio 6'2", Pettit 6'5", and Griffin at 6'3", so you have substantial size there for Lower Merion.
The officials out of Harrisburg, District 3, Jim Williamson. Bill Buffington is the referee, Dave Hancock.
Officiating will make a difference too. How will they let them play? That is physical contact being allowed inside. I think if they call things close, may favor the Mounties and Ken Lacey inside, but letting it go physically, maybe letting Kobe play a little bit and get into the bucket easier without being called.
The Aces handle the tap. We are underway. The winner plays the Chester-Harrisburg winner in the Eastern Final. And Grazio, and to handle Dabney.
And what to look for just watching this game. There you see Donnelly on Kobe. KB.
Kobe Bryant for 3.
Well, you said you're in for a treat. We said perimeter player, and you saw him right there. Donnelly on him, but hits the 3 from way out.
25 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, 4 steals, 4 assists, 5 blocks against Scranton in their last game. Lacey, the leaner, no. Loose ball. Donnelly comes up with it, and Stroudsburg resets. Donnelly, all about the move inside.
Strasburg quick out there. There's Elbasuni's quickness. Donnelly's quick. You got Kyle Reed. Slavin can move the ball.
Donnelly doesn't shoot from 3 that much, but he hits that one. Only his second three-pointer of the season.
What a throw for Emmett Donnelly, transferring, playing high school basketball here in Strasbourg from Ireland. Has a chance of playing a semifinal game, and also man-to-man against KB. KB that time misses about a 10-footer.
Lacey in front of him. Here's Reed at the other end. Kyle Reed on the drive, tries to kick it back outside. It's stolen by Dabney. Dabney on the move, has it tipped away by Elbasuni.
Not intimidated. I think the Mounties playing with them, and I think showing that they can handle the team speed.
Lower Merion got here by beating Cedar Cliff 74-62 in the first round, and Scranton 79-39 on Wednesday. They led 22-0, 20-0 after 1 quarter. There's Donnelly from the outside. No, rebound, tip, saved, but right to Slavin. Lacey drives, has it blocked by Bryant. Here comes Bryant on the run. Reed steps in front, and Reed picks up the first foul of the game. And, you know, Sean Thornton was telling his team, Bob, that he will run from one end to the other, and I guess it's just a matter of getting in there and stopping him from going right to the basket.
Yeah, that's what it is. And normally when you're playing against someone of his size, so to speak, 6'6" in scholastic basketball, you'd say, hey, just get down the court and beat him. Don't let him get inside, but you've got to stop this kid all over the court. And when you talk perimeter basketball, 6'6" and all American basketball scholastic player, boy, that's saying something. Got to stop him out that far out.
Bryant on the pull-up gets the roll. Kobe Bryant has all 5 points for Lower Merion. Stroudsburg beat North Penn 71-60 and Chambersburg 72-65 to get to the Eastern semifinal.
And being a perimeter player that he is, Bob, and such a good shooter, as we've seen demonstrated thus far, when you have Emmett Donnelly, I should say, playing him man out that far, Bryant can go over the top of him.
Here's Bryant on the pull-up. No. Long rebound to Elbasuni. Tipped out of bounds by Dabney. And it will stay with Stroudsburg.
Oh, well, I said Kelly. I stayed with the Irish, didn't I?
Yeah.
You know what they're doing here, too? They're playing man with four. They go into their full court pressure, which is the 1-2-2 with Bryant way back. But watch when they get over the timeline. They'll go into a man-to-man set there, but Bryant just plays a zone. He'll stay in the paint area. We'll try to point that out when Strasburg goes into an offensive set.
Reed goes right at Kobe Bryant, and Reed picks up his second personal foul. He gets called for the offensive, so Reed's plan there, obviously, to go right at Kobe and see if he could pick up the foul.
But with his size and leaping ability, tough assignment when you come at him, penetrate. He has such great timing also.
Here is Kobe Bryant. Not many others have handled the ball here. Dabney, no. Rebound and a tip up, good by Jermaine Griffin.
And averages about 14, had 14 points last game, averages about 12 points a game. You saw his leaping ability there.
Yeah, also 9 rebounds a game for Jermaine Griffin. Elbasuni on the drive, dishes to Slavin in the corner. He likes that area. Can't get it though. Kobe Bryant tips up and grabs the rebound. Long pass up ahead for Jermaine Griffin, and then it's thrown away.
That penetration that you saw Elbasuni and Kyle Reed attempt before that when they're in their offense, that is to draw Bryant, hoping to pick up a foul. But what they're going to have to do, I'm sure, when Bryant comes to challenge them, is kick it out as they did there, and then hope for a good shooting night. Can't afford a cold night tonight. I should say afternoon. A little strange playing here in the afternoon.
Lacey doesn't get the roll. It comes off the rim, and it's rebounded by Pettit. Lacey, in fact, thought he had the basket. Here's Bryant. Dishes to the corner for Pangrazio, who drives into the lane and hits the short jumper. Pangrazio with the basket. He averages about 12 a game.
You see how well Bryant gets rid of the basketball also. Donnelly trying to do his best to stay with him, but Bryant at 6'6" has some quickness too.
Elbasuni on the miss. Bryant with the rebound. 6'6" point guard. Leans, gets it.
And there's where the difficulty lies. You can stop him, and he did right at the foul line. That is Donnelly, but see the size and the leaping ability just goes over the top of 6-foot Emmett Donnelly.
Here's Jimmy Callahan, the 5'10" junior, who is checked in for Reed. Reed got in foul trouble against Chambersburg, came back, hit a couple of big threes in a 19-0 run. Here's Donnelly on the drive, the double pump layup. Donnelly with 5 points.
Here's Donnelly picking up Bryant right over the timeline. But here's a dilemma you have defensively. His size can go over the top, just as you see there, and shoots well. Bring out Ken Lacey to match him size-wise. Can't do that. He's so quick. He can penetrate, and you want to take your big man out of the paint. So you've got to play a smaller man on him. So that's quite a dilemma every team will have playing Kobe Bryant.
Stroudsburg basketball. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Donnelly in trouble. Knocks it off of Dabney. And it will stay with Stroudsburg.
Apply this pressure. Remember size, overall size of this Lower-Merion team. When they apply this zone full court pressure, got to get the ball over the top of them. Difficult assignment there also.
Callahan across the line. Jimmy to the corner. Slavin wide open for the three. Comes up short. Rebound. Donnelly ties up. Who was it? It was Griffin who tied up with Donnelly, and it will be Stroudsburg ball on alternate possession.
A lot of fight in Emmett Donnelly. I'll tell you, battling the big guys underneath. Remember, only 6 foot tall, but it's come up with some important boards.
Yes,
early in this game.
8 points a game, 4.1 rebounds a game, with 72 steals on the season. Lacey from the outside from 10. Ken Lacey with his first basket. Lacey averaging 23 a game.
And I think Lacey can get that shot, Bob. Bryant is not concerned at all when he goes into the 10-foot, 12-foot area. Bryant is hanging back in paint. He's ready for the swat and the blocks. That's what his job is on their defense.
Down he goes, and it brings a rise out of the Stroudsburg fans.
Well, you almost have to be a superhuman. Anytime a kid of that ability, that hype that he's been getting, the notoriety, makes a mistake, the fans are going to be all over him. Look at that, behind the back.
Knocked away by Griffin. Here's Bryant up ahead. Pangrazio goes baseline. Pulls up. Out for Dabney. He'll put up the three. Wide left. Slavin with the rebound for Stroudsburg. And they're talking about him going either LaSalle, where his father is an assistant coach, or the NBA. He's mentioned Carolina and Duke and Michigan. I think it's down to those two. Donnelly, double pump on a leaner. Now off the glass, grabbed by Pettit. Here's Griffin. To the corner, Pangrazio. It was tipped by Slavin, and then Pangrazio couldn't grab it. The first substitution for Lower-Merion is Omar Hatcher, a 6'2 junior. He replaces Pettit. And also David Lastman, a 6-foot senior, replacing Dabney.
Bryant that time didn't even come up to get into the offensive play at all. Kind of does things as he likes to out here. And I guess when you can average 32 points a game and you're the National Scholastic Player of the Year, I guess you have the right to do that.
Donnelly in the backcourt comes across the line with Hatcher on him. Slavin has trouble handling it. Pangrazio with the steal. Up ahead for Griffin. Griffin will be fouled by Jimmy Callahan. That is his first, the team's third.
And team speed, and when they get the ball, they're looking for one thing, to go back up the other way and quickly. And they have a tendency to throw that long outlet pass, and that could be picked up. But Strasburg caught sleeping, had no one back on rotation. Defensively, Callahan tried to make up the difference, couldn't get there.
Griffin at the line. He, as you mentioned, Bob, had 14 against Scranton. That really not a game. 20-0 after a quarter.
Bryant with 25, playing 3 of the 4 quarters. Still coming out with 25. This kid's not a bad player, though. We saw him early here. He's great leaping ability and hasn't demonstrated his total offensive prowess, but I think he can probably play with anybody.
Griffin down to the floor will have a tie-up, him and Lacey. Stroudsburg had a chance at the rebound, but Griffin got in there and knocked it away. Some good hustle by the 6'3 senior Jermaine Griffin.
And strong player, Bob. A good physical body on him, and he can leap.
Pangrazio for 3. He likes to shoot from out there. Long rebound to Lastman. Here's Pangrazio again. Can't get that one. Callahan pulls down the rebound for Stroudsburg.
Great board that time. Callahan gets up there in the land of the Giants.
11-7. Stroudsburg trailing. The pump by Lacey, no, and Bryant pulls down the rebound.
A little short-armed in there, that is Lacey, not following through completely. Maybe footsteps of Kobe in front of him, but should go right at him.
Hatcher, Slavin on the rebound. Up ahead, he's got Lacey up there. Lacey had to run it down. Has it blocked by Bryant. Lacey couldn't get his footwork right because he had to come up with the basketball. And with 35 seconds left, it looks like Lower-Merion will go for the last shot.
And I'm sure Lacey would have got him off his feet with a pump. If not, if he wouldn't have had that problem with his footing there, Bob, I think he was forced to throw it up.
Bryant, no. Lacey with the rebound. Stroudsburg with a chance with 20 seconds left. Wow, the three-point shot way outside by El Basuni. I think he looked up at the auxiliary scoreboard and saw the time running out and thought he was running out of time.
Yeah, a little mistake there. Remember this overhead clock. Sometimes you try to look up that. That's difficult, but then you have the small auxiliary clocks on each end. And I'll tell you what, that could be a little larger, too. Very difficult to read.
That's because you're looking at them from way up here, Bob.
I'd have difficulty right down there, Bob.
Down to 10. Bryant and Donnelly, one-on-one. Here's Kobe. Through the legs. Goes left side for Dabney. No. Rebound and the follow, no, by Hatcher, but he'll go to the line. And it's Emmett Donnelly with the foul.
About first quarter about to end, and remember this Mounties down 11-7. I don't think they're playing their game, not hitting from the perimeter and a little short on their inside shots, and down only 4 to a quality club like this. I think the Mounties can put it together, and they're hanging right in there with this team.
Bryant will get a blow. He'll go to Greg Downer's bench. At the line, Omar Hatcher off the bench at double figures, 10 against Scranton. The Aces now 0 for 3 from the line. Second one rolls in. Hatcher with his first point of the afternoon. Just a second left. El Basuni from three-quarter court. No. That is the end of one the score. Lower Merion 12, Stroudsburg 7. 12-7 after one. Lower Merion leads Stroudsburg. Today's game brought to you in part by Barton Heights Veterinary Hospital. We're Mountie proud, Barton Heights, your other family doctor. Terrace Drive off Route 611 in Stroud Township.
We're Mounties proud, Barton Heights Veterinary Hospital, your partners in pet care. Terrace Drive off Route 611 in Stroud Township.
And best of luck to the Stroudsburg Mounties from Dr. Buffup, auto detailing specialists, 8 North 2nd Street, Stroudsburg. Call 421-0370. Well, Bob, you have to believe that Stroudsburg has weathered a bit of a storm here. Scranton down 20-0 after one quarter. Stroudsburg not exactly playing well as they turn it over here, yet down by just 5.
Exactly what I alluded to at the end of that first quarter, Bob. Only down 5 and playing as they are. Now, they're not playing a terrible game, but not the game that we're used to seeing the Mounties playing. Not hitting that shot, a little cold out there, and maybe a little tight to knowing they're playing in Lower Merion. You know, a little phobia with this, too, as the Mountain Valley Conference and East Penn League, you always had this thing going to Allentown. Now you're playing District 1 out of Philadelphia.
Hatcher with 4 shots at it, and Hatcher finally puts it in.
I was going to say, you have to loosen up a little bit when you play a club from down there because you have this feeling of playing the bigger schools from the Philadelphia area.
Bryant with the steal, the spin, he traveled.
Trying to sort of beg a little bit with the official there. KB doesn't see it that way, but I think he walked. Good call.
Donnelly, trouble in the backcourt.
And Emmett will need a little help there. Kind of everybody deserted him, and he felt he had to bring it up on his own and lost it on the dribble.
Reed back into the game with his 2 fouls. Trying to cut off passing angles here. They do get it into Hatcher. Dabney, the corner for Griffin. Griffin at the baseline, no. Rebound tipped by Slavin over to Lacey. Donnelly. Reed, Lacey, or excuse me, Slavin rather.
And watch Bryant, he'll just hang in that paint area. No particular man. Everyone else playing man-to-man. It's like a four-man defense with man, and he in a single man zone.
Reed lost it, wanted the foul, and here comes Bryant. Bryant past Donnelly. Bryant spins past Reed and lays it in.
Well, you see them penetrate earlier, but this time you saw a super move. That's why he is the National Player of the Year.
It is a 9-point lead. Stroudsburg cannot afford to let this go too much further than that. Here's Reed. Reed gets him up in the air, goes up, gets the foul. The foul will be on Bryant. And Reed did that so well against North Penn with that pump fake, getting North Penn into foul trouble.
Yeah, watch Reed go inside there, makes a little spin move. There's Bryant 33 on him. Look him get him off the floor, and then Bryant has to come back the second time, and this is when he makes contact. Great move by Reed.
That is the first foul on the Aces. At the line, Reed, a 65% shooter. The team shoots 71%, but boy, have been excellent down the stretch in the last couple of games.
Yeah, all fine foul shooters. Ken Lacey in particular for his size 6'9", terrific foul shooter. There's Reed, kind of the enzyme or the catalyst of this club. He kind of is the one that can ignite this team. Hits a few, makes a few penetrations, as you saw him there, can get things going.
Ollie-oop. Kobe Bryant.
Well,
and there was nothing Donnelly could do.
There is no defense against that. Donnelly can be body to body with Kobe at that time. But boy, he just went way above the rim, and there is no defense that anyone could play to stop that one.
Jimmy Callahan comes back in. Donnelly will sit down.
Who made the pass on that, Bob? Did you see that? Was that Pangrazio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrific pass there too. The timing is just perfect on that. And you know, the only thing you do is just push him out of the way. Just body him when he wants to get in that low, and that's your only hope. Once he gets in there, it's all over. There it is.
They float it up for him. He flips it up and in. Wow. Anybody else would have been too far underneath. 13 for Bryant.
What do you think the wingspan on that kid is, huh? Standing at the baseline, comes back and up and under.
Good defense by Hatcher and Pangrazio. And the alternate possession will go to Lower Merion. And now Sean Thornton wants a timeout. Timeout on the court. 5:42 left. Second quarter. 20-9. Lower Merion. (20-9). Stroudsburg trailing this one. And tonight's game brought to you in part by the Delaware region of Emmett Donnelly. Okay. Serving more than 88,000 customers in Northampton, Bucks, Monroe, and Pike counties. Emmett Donnelly, the Delaware region.
Stroudsburg Mountaineers, keep up your great play in the playoffs from Michaels Motors, Cadillac, Oldsmobile Sales, Leasing, Service, and Parts. Route 611 in Stroudsburg. Well, Bob, what do you think thus far of KB? What is your opinion?
My opinion is he does pretty much what he wants.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do you know could be standing on the baseline here, which is set well back from the basket, and be able to flip it in?
That's true. And here's KB now taking Slavin down in low. You know, we said he played perimeter, and there's Lacey they're trying to double up on him now. We'll see. This will be interesting to see how he plays in that low.
Is trying to keep a hand in his face. Here's Pangrazio. He pulls up in the lane. No. Rebound by Reed. They haven't really gotten Lacey into this as much as I think they'd like. Callahan. He'll put up the three. No. And Bryant rebounds for Lower Merion.
Yeah, maybe take another step or two in. I don't think Bryant was there in the paint area. He's the closest defender to Callahan, but he doesn't come out to challenge the perimeter at all.
Bryant on the runner, misses. Lacey pulls down the rebound. There's Callahan at the other end. Bryant in front of him. And Lacey thought about putting up the 18-footer. Slavin for Lacey. Lacey steps inside. He hits the reverse. And there it is, Bob. We said they weren't getting him in the action as much.
Excellent move, too. Bryant was ready for the stuff there, but what happened was Lacey took him up with that pump fake, went underneath and on the opposite side. Great move by Ken Lacey.
They need to get Lacey past Bryant in some way or another. Stepped out of bounds. Emery Dabney stepped on the far sideline. Back into the game comes Brendan Pettit, as well as Dave Lashman.
And Bob, I'll tell you what, I don't know about the theory of getting him away from Bryant. What I would do is just get the ball into Ken Lacey. I would just let him challenge Bryant so he gets snuffed a few times, you know, but keep coming at him, but get the ball inside. That's the key. I mean, let Lacey take up the challenge. I mean, how often are you going to be matched head-on with the Scholastic Player of the Year? I mean, I think Ken wants that challenge.
A little blood rule work here. Dan Pangrazio looks like he has a cut on, I don't know if it's his leg, over by the
looks like
bench.
His knee.
There it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he took a slide on the floor and maybe scraped that. 22-11. The Aces lead this one. 4:29 left here in the second quarter. Harrisburg, Chester playing as we speak. The winner of that will play the winner of this one. Over in the West bracket, Erie Cathedral Prep and Shenley are playing this afternoon. State College and McDowell are playing in the other bracket out in the West.
Now, you don't want this lead to get into double digits if you're the Mountaineers. Down by 9 now. This is an important offensive set.
A foul inside. It's called on Griffin. Jermaine Griffin called for his first personal and the second on the Aces.
A little confused look on Griffin's part there, but you know what they're used to doing in their man-to-man. Clubs generally from District 1 or Philly area, a lot of hand checking. They'll use their hands when they play man-to-man. You'll watch that. Can't beat them with the feet. They'll kind of hold back, just push them off with the hands. This is common down in that area.
Brian Dunn, a 6'1 senior, checks in for Stroudsburg, and Pangracio comes back in for Lower Merion. Dunn is not played here in the States. He'll throw up the 3 and hit the side of the backboard, and it's pulled away by Griffin. Here comes Kobe Bryant. Bryant, the stutter, steps in, and he hits it and gets the foul. The foul will go on Slavin.
Now, what can you do on that? Again, Slavin right on Bryant. We'll watch the move as he comes into the paint area. Watch what he does offensively. At his size, gets up well, but also watch. Leans in, lays the shoulder down, protects the ball, continues to go toward the bucket. Slavin has no chance.
Bryant to the line for the first time. The team 1 for 4 from the stripe.
Sometimes you feel that should be an offensive foul, but I'll tell you what, again, notoriety, the hype on this kid when he goes toward the bucket, generally call will go his way.
This one tried to get it to Dunn. Kobe Bryant on the steal, fakes right, finger roll, no. Pangracio is fouled by Reed, and that is Reed's 3rd.
What impresses me the most of this kid, I'll tell you, he's got shooting ability from the perimeter, but the way he handles the basketball and the quick movements, reverse movement off the dribble, change of hands on the dribble, this kid has all the skills.
Reed will have to sit down, so does Slavin as Callahan comes back in, along with Donnelly. There's Pangracio. They're going to say it was not a shooting foul. Okay, I'm surprised at that call. Nonetheless, it is just the 6th foul on Stroudsburg. I thought he was in the act. Bryant rifles it down inside Pettit. Pettit will have to kick it back outside. Bryant, head fake, pull up, basket.
And Donnelly playing Bryant again doing a good job defensively. That is, you'd say normally doing a good job against the average player, but at 6'6" and leaping ability goes over the top. And again, notice soft touch on the jumper, hit the rim, rolls in.
Callahan for 3, gets the bounce. Jimmy Callahan, boy, he came in and hit a big one at the end of the half against Whitehall. Has come up with a couple of key baskets. Here's Bryant. No. Followed by Pettit. And then on a rebound, the foul will go on Pangracio.
Again, Callahan mixing it up inside with his size. And, you know, he's open on this left side of that Strasburg offense. When they rotate defensively, they don't pick up Callahan because it becomes Bryant's responsibility, and again, just hanging back in the paint area so Jimmy can get the shot from this left side, left wing area.
It is an 11-point game, 25-14. Lacey inside, pumps once, pumps again. He'll put it up over Bryant. No. Pangracio with the rebound. Lastman on the run. He'll take it himself. And it's pulled away by Emmett Donnelly. Now Stroudsburg runs. Donnelly will go end-to-end, put it high off the glass, and Bryant rebounds.
That's one thing the Mounties have not gotten thus far. They've gotten nothing in transition that is off the fast break, basically because they can't clean the boards regularly down on their defensive end.
Pangracio tries to look inside. He was looking for Griffin. Here comes El Basuni. 2 minutes left here in the second quarter. It's an 11-point Aces lead. Lacey outside and Dunn. Callahan on the drive. No, Lacey's there for the rebound in the jam.
All right. KB just looking up at Kenny that time, and Kenny threw it right down through the net, right at KB.
I believe that's 1-1 now, dunk. I don't think I want to count. Pangrazio outside. That may be a spark that Ken needs. Bryant spins. Lacey in front of him. He comes up short. Lacey rebounds. Here comes Callahan out of the pack. This is about the point where Stroudsburg went on the run against Chambersburg. Down 9, came back with 19 straight. The three-point try, no good by Donnelly. And Lastman comes away with it.
Now the Mounties will get a good shot, Bob, if they can find the open player that is with Bryant playing off at everybody. Somebody is open offensively.
The foul will go on Emmett Donnelly. I'll tell you what, Bryant had nowhere to go there. Donnelly picks up his second. The team is over the limit.
I'll tell you what I've noticed thus far. There's Bryant in low again, and look him trying to turn. Look at all the maroon shirts around him, but they're doing a great job when he plays the low paint. He scares me more, Bob, if I'd be playing him defensively, if he were on the perimeter. With his quickness, his size, and his soft touch on his jumper, I would be more afraid to play him on the perimeter rather than the paint. I think if he goes in the paint, hey, we can double, triple team him in there.
2 for 2 from the line for Bryant, 19 points.
Fans have a treat, not often. Scholastic Player of the Year makes a visit to our area.
Bryant takes a seat. It is back to 11. Stroudsburg basketball, 50 seconds left in the half. Gotta watch those soft passes. This is such a quick team. I'll tell you what, even without Bryant, it's a quick and pretty good basketball team. This one no good. Lacey with the follow.
Good hustle without Bryant in there. Ken Lacey come right back. Strong.
8 for Ken.
But what makes it tough is the size in that pressure defense, because they have to make the lob to get it over the top and make the lob. It's a lazy pass, and that's what enables the interception to be made.
Looks like they'll work for one. Locked down to 15. Pettit outside. Looking for somewhere to go, nothing there. Lacey all over him. Fans want a 5 count. Here's Griffin on the drive, the flip, no. Gets his own rebound and hits the basket. Jermaine Griffin with 4.
Griffin aggressive move though, running over people as he made the penetration. Picks up a big goal here at the end.
That is the end of the first half. The score, Lower Merion 29 and Stroudsburg 18. At halftime, Lower Merion leads Stroudsburg in this Quad A Eastern semifinal 29-18. Tonight's game brought to you by B. Secker's Diner, Eagle Valley Body Shop, Healthplex Medical Center, H. John Davis Oil Company, Kentucky Fried Chicken, by Main Street Appliance Home Entertainment and Furniture Center, Midas Muffler, Miller's Paint and Wallpaper Stores, Mountain Falls Pellet Stoves and Gas, by James Diamond's National Jewelry and Manufacturing Company, and by the Starting Gate Ski and Sports Shop. Bob Capasso, Bob Milkvey back out at Pottsville's Martz Hall. Rebounding numbers, thanks to the morning calls, Keith Groller. 22-17, Lower Merion with the advantage. 7 for Kobe Bryant, 6 for Ken Lacey. 8 turnovers for Lower Merion, 10 for Stroudsburg. 7 in the second quarter, 6 in the first 2 minutes of that second quarter. And Stroudsburg shot 7 for 26 for 27%. Lower Merion 12 for 34, 35%.
Yeah, not either club not shooting well from the floor, Bob, but exceptionally low shooting percentage for Stroudsburg, getting some good perimeter shots. but failing to fall for them. But they've got to get back into the contest by getting the lid off the basket. When you force it in there to Lacey, that's another thing you want to look for this half.
Ken Lacey now with 10. He had 8 in the first half. The nice move on Kobe Bryant. Bryant with 20 points in the first half. Foul trouble, Reed with 3. Here is Bryant. Spin move, ran out of room, tipped away. Reed on the steal. Here comes Stroudsburg on the run. El Basuni up ahead, will lay it up, have it tipped away, but Donnelly comes up with a rebound, and he lays it in.
Yeah, we didn't see any transition. We noted that the first half, and you see the Mountaineers come out running in the second half.
Bryant inside. Knocked away by El Basuni. Griffin comes up with it for Pettit. Pettit to the corner. Pangrazio for 3. No. Lacey with the rebound. And Stroudsburg obviously talked about being more active at halftime.
Well, active, Bob, but look at where Bryant is playing. Started off this half. He's playing in the paint area. As I alluded to in the first half, advantage Stroudsburg having him in the paint. Why? Donnelly playing a tough man-to-man, but you double, triple him in there. Tough play on one-on-one where he is right now, out in the perimeter.
Bryant, baseline, spins. Offensive foul. They get him for the hook.
Emmett does so well. Quickness of feet blocks the baseline.
And they want a timeout. I wonder if we have that hook. 29-22. Stroudsburg cutting it down to 7 points. Today's game brought to you in part by Barton Heights Veterinary Hospital. Here's the play. Got him for the push-off.
Yeah, he pushed off. But why? Because Emmett Donnelly did so well getting to that baseline and cut off that opening there at the baseline for Bryant. Tried to make the spin, but Emmett with the body there, and definitely Kobe Bryant pushed off.
Barton Heights Veterinary Hospital, we're Mountie proud. Your partners in pet care. Terrace Drive off Route 611 in Stroud Township.
And Stroudsburg Mountaineers, keep up your great play in the playoffs from Michaels Motors, Cadillac, Oldsmobile, Sales, Leasing, Service, and Parts, Route 611 in Stroudsburg.
29-22, the Aces lead this one. They led 29-18 at the half. Stroudsburg trying to claw back into it. Their fans have certainly gotten back into it here in the second half.
And Al Basuni, I don't think the pressure is that tough that the Lower plays against the Mounties, and Al Basuni can break that by himself, which he did this time.
Donnelly on the drive, flips it, no, tipped out of bounds by Bryant. Another thing it looks like, Bob, is they're going right at Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah, you have to do that, Bob. You have to, no matter what. You know, you want to get snuffed a couple times, no problem. Don't be intimidated, come right back at him.
Reed on the pull-up, leans in, doesn't get the foul. Lacey knocks away the rebound, but Bryant runs it down.
I'd like to see Ken Lacey to get a little more active on the offensive board. I think you get a few more putbacks there.
Little weave out top. Here's Pangrazio. It is Dan Pangrazio with Emery Dabney with the basketball. There is Brendan Pettit, Kobe Bryant, and Jermaine Griffin also in there. Alley-oop blocked away by Ken Lacey. Here come the Mounties on the run.
All right, great move by Lacey, but I don't know, there must have been some communication here because Bryant had Donnelly beat again and tried to, from the Pangrazio to the alley-oop to Bryant, but Lacey, yeah, watch this. Great pass, looks like it's going to work again, but Lacey, aware that Bryant's behind him, he gets way up to knock it away.
Pangrazio and Kobe Bryant did that a number of times the other day against Scranton.
But you know what, that takes communication, and if Donnelly's saying, watch out, Ken, he's coming behind you, Lacey can float back a little bit and be prepared. That time he worked well. Great communication between Donnelly and Lacey.
Here comes Bryant across the line. Bryant pulls up. 15-footer, doesn't get the roll. Lacey rebound.
And that's all Donnelly can do. Give him trouble, play right up to him. Bryant will get over him, but that time failed to hit.
Another thing that Sean Thornton told us was that Kobe Bryant will not follow an outside shot, so Stroudsburg needs to look to get some of those inside rebounds on his long shots. Here's Reed for 3, doesn't get the roll. Pangrazio rebounds, and here comes Bryant on the run. Leonard No. Lacey, no, but a foul called on Ken Lacey, throwing down Brendan Pettit. That is Lacey's second.
Now Pettit 6'5" in there, and you'll watch him work hard for this board, but no way. The Mounties should have him blocked out. Look, no body at all on Pettit there. White shirt standing alone.
Beg your pardon, that's just the first on Ken Lacey.
Lacey comes in there late, but before that, there wasn't a maroon shirt near him.
Bryant with the head fake, then the drop back. Here's Pettit knifing inside. Stroudsburg's got a box out. Dabney with the long jumper. No. Pettit rebounds again.
And not a good shooting team from the perimeter besides Bryant.
Dabney for three. That doesn't bounce. Pettit with another rebound, and he lays it in. 4 chances for Lower Merion.
Yeah, there's a problem right there. Defensive board of the Mounties just not aggressive enough, and Lower Merion just dominating it under their own board.
Took them almost 4 minutes to score, though. There's Kobe Bryant with the steal. Bryant stutter steps, leans, he'll get fouled by Donnelly, and that'll be Emmett's third.
Yeah, he runs the floor so well in that one-on-one situation. Watch out when he's coming at you. He is so tough, has all the moves.
Ooh, almost looked like he almost turned his ankle there.
Donnelly working hard, though. Reed tried to stop him, and just that change of the hands on the dribble by Bryant gets by Reed, but Donnelly with his speed comes up to challenge Bryant, makes the foul, but stops the goal.
There's Bryant. Stroudsburg has gone to his zone to try and stop him. Bryant hits the pull-up. 22 for Kobe. That's his first bucket here in the second half. The lead is back to 11.
Kobe started the half in the paint, now moves out to the perimeter, and I think he just kind of decides himself, Bob. He has full reins on things. I think if he wants to go inside, he does. He feels he's not getting it there, he'll go to perimeter.
Lacey inside, thought he got mugged.
Wow, hold it.
Here comes Bryant with the nice move and the pass to Pangrazio.
Okay, I think we'll give him that one. Runs the floor through the Mounties and then makes the great dish.
Can pass. Here's El Bassouni at the other end answering. His first basket, he averages 10.5 a game.
Well, KB decides now, I'll handle the ball. I'll take it from the paint. Others go 1-4 low. 1-on-1 on Donnelly.
Dabney for three, no. Rebound tipped up. Grabbed by Griffin, and then a foul on Stroudsburg. The foul goes on Reed, and that is his fourth.
Probably what's hurting the Mounties more than anything, not perimeter shooting of Lower Merion by far. I don't think this is a real good shooting ball club, but their work underneath their own boards, just getting too many shots, too many chances.
Ryan Ott, 24, a 6'4" senior, comes back in as Lacey gets a rest. Also in is Jimmy Callahan. Reed with his 4 fouls goes to the bench. The corner, Pangrazio for three, got it.
Well, if others get on fire, that certainly will hurt the Mounties, no question about that. Trying to combat Kobe with that zone, as you mentioned before.
The lead is back up to 14. Donnelly thought about the three, instead goes to Callahan in the corner. At the baseline. El Bassouni tries to sneak in, and he is called for. What did he call him for? 3 seconds?
I think that was 3.
I think he called him for 3. Timeout on the court. Stroudsburg takes it. 2:22 left. Third quarter. 38-24. Lower Merion. Along with Bob Milkby and the Hall crew, I'm Bob Capasso back out at the Mecca, March Hall in Pottsville. 38-24. Lower Merion with the lead. And best of luck to the Stroudsburg Mounties from Dr. Buffup, auto detailing specialist, 8 North 2nd Street, Stroudsburg. Call 421-0370. And we thank all of our sponsors for helping us bring you playoff basketball on the Stroudsburg Mounties here on TV 13. 2:15 left here in the third quarter. It's up to a 14-point lead for the Aces.
And Mounties back to man again. Donnelly trying to hang on to KB.
This will stay with Lower Merion. Actually, I think they made the right call. I think he knew who he wanted to give it to, just pointed in the wrong direction. Jim Williamson comes over and helps out Dave Hancock. Inside, it's Pettit, and he puts it up and in. Yes. Brendan Pettit with 4.
And what happens there, you concentrate so much on a player, the ability of Kobe Bryant, that you fail to realize they've got other players on the floor, and there's a Brendan Pettit, 6'5", gets an easy one inside.
Slavin for 3, no. Run down, picked up by Dabney. Dabney will try and dish off to Pangrazio. Inside, behind the back pass by Bryant for Griffin, and Griffin will go to the line.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant trying to put a little showtime into the action here. Great behind the back pass.
It'll be Griffin at the line, 0 for 2 tonight. Today, this afternoon, I should say.
This kid on the line now, Jermaine Griffin, shows, besides Kobe Bryant, as the next in line as far as offensive abilities of this Lower Merion club.
41-24, Lower Merion with the lead. Here comes Stroudsburg in the front court. El Basuni for Callahan. Donnelly, Griffin there, lets him go. Donnelly misses the layup. Pettit with the rebound. Up ahead, Bryant, and Bryant is grabbed by Slavin. It will be an intentional foul on Slavin, and that's a no-brainer. Slavin wanted one thing and one thing only, to keep Kobe Bryant from bringing the basket down.
Yeah, I think he saw, look at, there's Kobe on the loose, and he's going to go for the slam, no question about it, and Slavin just kind of said, KB, not this time.
You may beat us, but you're not going to do one of those thunder dunks. At the line, Kobe Bryant gets the first free throw. I'll tell you what, Bob, he has not disappointed.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, most impressive to me again, and I'm going to be repetitive here, but the impressive part of this kid's play is basically his ball handling skills for 6'6" and being a high school ball player, and his quickness for his size. And I think this makes him stand out among other 6'6" players in high school basketball.
Yeah, very much so. And that is where he would go as a pro, a guard. In fact, he would be the first guard out of high school to go pro. He's got the size for the NBA, 6'6".
Yeah, see right there now, missed that one, but Donnelly, you know, as soon as you slough off him, he'll take the jumper. You try to play him belly up, and boy, his quickness and abilities go right around. There it is, demonstrated there.
Yep. And gets the layup. Now Kobe Bryant with 26. And a steal by Pettit. Knocked away. Donnelly, he saves it to Ryan Ott, who has it knocked away. Here comes Pangrazio. And he floated it up. I don't know if he thought he had Bryant or Griffin or someone heading to the basket, but it will go to Stroudsburg as Ken Lacey comes back in.
Yeah, Stroudsburg never got into it thus far anyway offensively, and probably again concerned with Bryant playing his defense in the paint area, and they're going to lift Bryant here at the end of the third. Kind of give him a little breather here before the start of the fourth.
Well, comparable to what I believe you had that game a number of years back against Northwestern when Bobby Sura played for GAR.
Oh, yeah. That was probably one of the best talents that I've seen in the area in that playoff game against Northwestern. Very impressed, and just knew he was going to be something special when he went to college, and he was.
El Basuni with 4. He ended up being the ACC Rookie of the Year that year at Florida State.
Doing real well with the Cavaliers.
Yep. Pangrazio with 5 on the clock in the third quarter travels. Stroudsburg will have one more shot at it.
Now, this is not an awesome team without KB in there, and that's enough of a breather. I guess with 4 seconds left, he's coming back in there for that last shot. They beat Chester, though, Bob, so that's saying something. I said that Chester club is quite a ball club, and if they could handle them.
El Basuni for 3, can't get the bounce. That is it for 3. 45-26, Lower Merion after 3. We head to the fourth quarter along with Bob Milkby and the whole TV 13 crew. Bob Capasso with you here at Pottsville's Marks Hall. Lower Merion leads Stroudsburg 45-26.
I talked about the Chester team, this Lower Merion team beating Chester, but St. Anthony's in that triple header, remember handling Chester, so you can imagine the talent, the quality of a team like St. Anthony's, who's rated #1 in the country scholastically.
Well, St. Anthony's beat these guys too. Only one of 3 teams to beat them. Reed will go to the line. The 3 teams to beat Lower Merion were Roman Catholic out of Philadelphia, the Catholic League champions who just lost in the National Catholic School Tournament. St. Anthony's, the #1 team in the nation, and Jenks out of Oklahoma. That was at the Beach Ball Classic. Reed hits the first. Reed got in foul trouble early.
Just couldn't get anything started. This is the Mounties. They just couldn't mount anything offensively. And of course, they didn't do a good job under the boards. Haven't been doing a good job under the boards either. But just the presence of a Kobe Bryant, I think, takes you out of sync.
Callahan for 3. Jimmy Callahan says, let me give it a try.
Okay, down 17, start of the fourth. Got to make your run.
Greg Downer says, spread it out. We're going to open it up for Kobe Bryant. Lacey with the rebound. El Basuni can't run down the pass, though. Here comes Pangrazio. Griffin at the baseline. Comes up short. And a foul inside. Slavin.
Well, I'll tell you what, before that, took a little push on Lacey. Bryant making room for himself under there. Slavin got him from behind, but Lacey moved forward there, and that was because of a little hand push and a hand check by Kobe.
Dabney inbounds to Kobe Bryant.
Hey,
Lacey comes out on. Bryant comes up short. Down goes Slavin, thrown down by Griffin. And Griffin can't run down the loose ball, and it'll go back to Stroudsburg.
Now we have the matchup out there defensively. Lacey and Bryant. One-on-one out there.
Bryant has 28. It's been tough for about everybody else. Here's Reed on the floater. Got it. Kyle Reed with 5. That's his first field goal. The lead is down to 15.
Just stepped over the three-point area. Very close.
Well, Stroudsburg did put on a 19-0 run against Chambersburg. This team is not Chambersburg, though. And it'll send Kobe Bryant to the line. That is the 7th team foul on Stroudsburg. It will go against Lacey, his second. Pardon me, it was El Basuni 5, not 4. El Basuni picks up his first.
He has the ability, if you saw that replay there, the change of direction, does that so well, so often, and very quickly. That's a very quick movement. He'll come with the left hand at you. You know, you protect your right side, his left side, and all of a sudden he'll change direction to switch the ball over from left to right, and then gets by you.
Bryant's next one is also good. 30 points. That is just about his average. He averages 31. Back to 17.
Another
Slavin for 3.
Another day at the office for KB.
Griffin with the rebound. Down he goes. He traveled.
You know, it's so hard here. You can score on this end, but making that defensive stop on the other end, that's where you have to make up the difference. We'll get it out of the corner.
Reed throws it over Callahan's head.
That's tough when you're back in there. Remember, size, got to get over the top, which he tried to do, but hard to judge, and just couldn't get it to Callahan. Overthrow him.
Yeah, he wanted to put a little extra on it, I think, as well, because they had problems with some of those passes earlier. Foul on Callahan, and that will be the second on Jimmy. It is 1-1.
Strasburg foul. 32, Jim Callahan is third. Team 8.
That is the 8th on Stroudsburg.
Well, Bob, I think the fans got a good taste thus far. of what makes a Kobe Bryant the player that he is. And again, the difference being size in scholastic basketball, 6'6", normally paint under the basket player, maybe a few dunks occasionally, but this kid seems to have the package.
Pancrazio hits them both. By the way, that was Callahan's third. Lacey over the line. Here's Reed. Reed, the fake and the drive and the layup past Bryant.
Not very active defensively. That is, won't come out to challenge anybody. Doesn't make any extra effort to stop the play that is Kobe Bryant. But I guess if you're a Kobe Bryant, you're allowed to do those things.
Lower pulls it out a bit. Here's Bryant outside with Slavin defending. Pettit. Bryant makes the move, the drive, banks it off the glass and in.
Now there's a 6'6" kid again on the penetration. Big, quick first step to get around Slavin.
32 for Bryant. Lacey able to take it back. El Bassouni in the corner. On the drive, the flip, no, loose ball. Griffin off of El Bassouni. It'll go back to the Aces.
Good play by Griffin, going to fall out of bounds. El Bassouni right there, goes right off the leg.
Glassman comes in, Dabney leaves. .5:16 left, fourth quarter. Glassman, El Bassouni there. And the foul on Tarek. That is his second.
And Glassman doing a good job, I should say, individually handling the ball out there, keeping away from El Bassouni. Remember, quickness, Tarek El Bassouni. But I enjoy watching Bryant, Bob, when he's away from the ball. If you kind of keep your eye on him, he kind of directs things out there. Finger up in the air, pointing, you go here, you go there. He's the traffic cop out there, and he tells them where they should all go in offense.
Donnelly with the rebound. Under the 5-minute mark, fourth quarter. Reed on the pull-up. Doesn't get the roll. Loose ball. Reed got his own rebound, but he was out of bounds. .53-34. Lower Merion leads Stroudsburg. 4:46 remains, fourth quarter. The Eastern semifinal, and a timeout called by Lower Merion. Dan Pancrazio could not get it in. Let's take a break as well. 53-34 the score. Lower Merion with the lead. Lower Merion with the 19-point lead. Fourth quarter. Unless Stroudsburg comes up with something huge here, the great run they've had may end right here. Or will end right here if they don't come up with something huge.
And here against the pressure again, Donnelly playing Bryant, and watch him handle the ball.
He's just so quick. The in move, you have to respect that, and then he comes out. Doesn't get caught in the trap, drives through, loses the ball, gets it to Griffin, who travels.
And the longer I watch him, Bob, I think he is so smooth and so fluid that you really don't think he's doing anything. And I think this is why we talk things over with some other people up here in the press box at the end of the first half, and they say, well, he's a good player. It doesn't look that good. But I think he is that smooth and that fluid that he's deceiving that way. He's just beyond the normal abilities of the average, by far the average scholastic player, no question about it. Talk about NBA.
Oh, wow. Donnelly with 9. Pettit inside Griffin. He lays it up and in. 7 for Jermaine Griffin. There's Reed. Drives on Pettit, puts it up, floats it in. 9 for Reed. Well, Stroudsburg came out, put something quick together to open the third quarter. But Lowermerion weathered the storm.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to make a run right away at the beginning of this second half, but Lowermerion Club, as you said, made some important stops there and then just continually pulled away.
Pangrazio with 12, a second three-pointer. Donnelly gets the basket. Are they going to count it?
That was a good shot. One thing about Emmett.
Yes, it is.
Goes to the bucket, very aggressive, goes right to the big guy.
Second.
The one thing about Emmett, never forget this trip to the U.S., I'm sure, playing in the Eastern semifinals in Pennsylvania Scholastic basketball, having to guard the top Scholastic player in the country. A lot of stories to take home to Ireland.
He'll sit on his couch 10 years from now as Ken Lacey heads to the bench. He'll sit on his couch 10 years from now in Ireland or wherever he may be and watch an NBA game, see Kobe putting it in, lighting it up, and say, hey, I guarded him.
Exactly right. And what a thrill that is. That's the thrill playing against all these kids playing against a player of the caliber of a Kobe Bryant. But they weren't intimidated. I think this Strasburg team came out with it in mind that they could compete with this team, and I just think they came out cold, number one, and just couldn't get it together offensively. Couldn't get anything really started.
Donnelly with 13. Lead is down to 16. Basuni with the takeaway. Boy, he ran right into El Basuni. Slavin for three. Mark Slavin with his first basket of the afternoon.
And Kobe, he likes to show you what he can do, too. He wants the ball against the pressure and wants to show you his abilities out there.
And off the bench comes Greg Downer saying, hey, what's going on here? We want a timeout. Greg Downer, I'll tell you what, he's got a tough assignment as a head coach, doesn't he?
Oh, you're not kidding.
I wonder what he says in practice.
Well,
okay, ready? Get the ball to Kobe.
No, he says, ready, Kobe? What should we do, Kobe?
Where should we give you the ball?
Yeah, it's tough because this kid has so much ability, and you just have to build your team around him. There's no question about it. He's just that far above other high school players. But you know, when you jump that level, Bob, you know, you go to Division I school, or hey, you take that real big step to the NBA. Hey, you're going to be looking in the faces of guys that come back at you, just taller, faster, as much leaping ability. So,
see what happens. By the way, I want to thank Bill Scheibel for all his help with his statistics all year long from the Stroudsburg Mounties. He does an excellent job, and he helped us out once again getting ready for today's game. Thank you, Bill. Bryant fouled by Slavin. Although I don't know if Bryant's the guy you want to foul. Not only can he shoot from the outside, the inside, or anywhere else and handle the ball, he's 7 for 7 from the line.
Yeah, but you notice there, they doubled him and trying to prevent that pass in. But what he does is breaks loose. And how does he do that? Being aggressive. And you know what he does? He uses his hands. He pushes away. You know, sometimes it will be called, but this is an aggressive player. This is a kid that's played with guys that have been bigger than him, stronger than him, jump as well as him, probably summer leagues, etc., playing with pro players, Division I type players. He has to be that physical in order to get loose playing against those players. Normally a high school player won't show that resistance. You double them, they'll bang you with the body a little bit, but this kid says, hey, I'm getting loose, and he'll do everything he can to do that.
Another thing too, Bob, is sometimes you can't always show what you can unless you do that. I'm sure he has thought very much about the NBA and not going on a whim. I'm sure he has shown what he can do against some of those guys in summer league action. And you just don't say, I want to go pro. You say, okay, I've done this against them. Here's El Basuni getting the basket and the foul against Emery Dabney. That's Dabney's first, only the 5th on Lowermerion, and Stroudsburg can cut this one to 12 with 2.5 minutes left.
And how about this Mountaineer Club? I think they're out of it. They're not looking up at that time clock. They know there's still time left, and they're doing everything they can to get back into this contest. 2:35 on that clock, down by 13.
And this 2:35 may take about a half hour to play. El Basuni at the line. Doesn't get it. Kobe Bryant with the rebound.
And Bob, this is an NBA mention. You mentioned that Kobe Bryant had to show that he could play with NBA quality players. You know, there are people that scout for the NBA, and if there's any feelers being put out to Kobe, they think also that he has the ability to play with that type of quality play.
This one will go back to Stroudsburg doing the offensive-defensive thing. Callahan, Dunn, Ott, leave. Reed, Slavin, and Lacey come back. They have to do it quickly. It's a 13-point game, 2:15 left. And tell you what, Stroudsburg's going to do everything they can here.
Well, just get the, don't worry about the threes at this point. Just get the goals. Get as many of those twos as you can. If they give it to you easier, just go for it.
Donnelly has thrown a couple over Bryant, but he can't this time. Bryant with the rebound. Knocked away by El Bassouni. That'll be a foul on Tarek, his third.
Bryant a little casual with the ball that time.
Tariq El Bassouni, his third.
Mounties almost picked off that one.
Dabney will shoot 2. That is the 10th on Stroudsburg, so they are in the double bonus. While Bryant is 9 for 9, the rest of the team is just 4 for 10. Now 5 for 11. It's 14. El Bassouni. Donnelly. Tarek. He'll put up the 3. Reed with the rebound.
And again.
He'll put up the 3 and gets it. Reed with his first three-pointer. It's 12 points for him, and the lead is down to 11, and it's thrown away. Stroudsburg will get it back. 1:28 left.
Again, Kobe Bryant, again, getting a little casual, a little lax with the basketball against that Mountie pressure.
Mountie fans getting back into it. Donnelly, El Bassouni. You have to do something. 1:23. Slavin.
Don't hold it that long.
El Bassouni for 3. No, comes up short. I think Dabney got a hand on it. Here comes Bryant. Bryant slices through everybody, but a foul called on Ken Lacey. Just his second. He will send Bryant to the line. As we mentioned, 9 for 9. 24 points for Kobe.
Watch this.
Or 34, excuse me, for Kobe.
Remember, 6'6", open court. Looking ahead, see where the opening is. Handles the ball so well.
2 shots.
Well, I guess the others don't have to shoot fouls that well, Bob. When he gets on the line as often as he does and is as accurate as he is, can make up the difference.
No, I left extra room on my scorecard for him, and I'm still running out. 36 points for Kobe Bryant. 63-50, a minute 5 remaining. Slavin inside, Lacey gets it. 12 for Lacey and a timeout for Stroudsburg. It's back to 11 with 1:02 left. Bob, at this point, what do you talk to your players about when you have an 11-point deficit? You've cut 10 points off of that lead. It was 21 at one point.
Well, the first thing is, Bob, you're going to play tough defensively, double up every chance you get. They bring the ball in. You're going to double, almost even triple at times, even if it's Bryant. Bryant has a tendency not, when you double him, to hold the ball straight up in the air. You can't reach it, but then again, he's a little lax with the passes. Have a couple floating back, look for that lax pass of a Bryant, maybe pick it up. But when you get the ball on the offensive end with 1:02 left and you're down 11, it's almost time to look for the threes. Initially, if you can get it back quickly, if there's a quick turnover, still go for the 2. Try to get a couple of 2s quickly if they give them to you. And then after that, you get down into the less than a minute area, 40 seconds or so, 50 seconds, you're going to have to start looking for 3s.
They have to keep the ball out of Bryant's hands because, well, I mean, he's 11 for 11 from the line. You keep putting him at the line and you're not going to come back.
There's no question about that. And of course, they're going to look for Bryant on the ball in. There's going to be a screen right here. You're going to see Donnelly playing on. They're going to set a screen. He's going to try to come to the ball and they're going to try to hit him. But look at this, on the fly.
They leave Griffin open and he will lay it in.
And that's what happens when you have a Bryant. Everybody's concentrated Bryant. You know he's going to get it. They keep the ball out of his hands. What happens? Guys set loose on the fly like that. They have an easy one.
He'll pull up for the 12-footer and hit it. Bryant with his first two. 65-54. Bryant with it.
No quitting the Mounties.
They will quickly foul Pettit as soon as someone else beside Bryant gets the ball. They foul him.
Yeah, that was a good play there. Bryant held the ball, saw Pettit, threw it, got it to him, and then immediately Mounties fouled Pettit. So let's see what he can do on the line.
Again, offensive, defensive substitutions. Dominic Ferrillo had come in for Stroudsburg. He leaves. That foul was on Ott, his first. Pettit at the line has not shot this afternoon. Not used to these afternoon games. 5 points for Brendan Pettit.
Well, Mounties fouling Pettit, and normally, as we said, the remaining Lower-Merion club not shooting fouls well, but Brendan makes his first, misses his second.
It is a 12-point lead, 35 seconds left. Reed will throw up the long three, come up way short. Pangrazio with the rebound. Slavin has fouled out.
How about what an honor for Coach Sean Thornton and his Mountaineers. This club, spectacular season, getting to the Eastern semifinals, the furthest any Mountaineer team has gone in their basketball program. So quite an honor for Coach Thornton and his Mountaineers.
Jimmy Callahan comes in for Slavin, who gets a hug from Sean Thornton. What a run for the Mounties.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, good attitude. This group of kids, I understand, very coachable, great attitude, and it's always a pleasure. And I'm sure Coach Thornton feels a pleasure working with a group of student athletes as these kids are.
Now, what a couple of years for Monroe County basketball. East Stroudsburg 2 years ago gets to this point, loses to Chester, who ends up nationally ranked at the end of the year after winning the state championship. And then Stroudsburg getting to the Eastern semifinal.
And remember, this Lower-Merion team in their past game beat a Scranton team by 40 points. Now this is a 14-point differential, but the Mountaineers hung in there. I don't think they played, I said, their normal game. They're kind of out of sync offensively, and you're facing a Kobe Bryant with his offensive performance, and here he is leaving the game. Getting a nice round of applause from everyone here. Stroudsburg, Mountie fans, Lower-Merion fans, what have you, and well-deserved. But did a respectable job against this club.
The foul is on Dominic Ferrillo, and they will leave him in, so some of the other Mounties getting some time. Ferrillo, a senior. Also in for the Mounties, Bill Greiner, 40. Brian Dunn checks in, a senior. Greiner, a senior. Emmett Donnelly will leave for the last time at Stroudsburg. Tarek El Bassouni will pick up the racket and see if he can move up 2 spaces on the District 11 singles tennis ranks. He took third in District 11 tennis last year.
Well, the weather feels like it's going in that direction now, so Tarek's going to get the old racket out and get on that court. The other court.
Hatcher, 1 of 2, and Stroudsburg will get it back.
Good Stroudsburg following too, as they were being lifted from the game. All the players got a nice standing ovation from the Mountaineer fans that are here today.
This one will go back to Lower-Merion. 12 seconds left. Stroudsburg, the Mountain Valley Conference and District 11 champions. Moves 3 games in the States. Here's a 3-point shot, no good. And the follow by Leo Stacy, no. And at the buzzer, Kerry Walker hits. 71-54 the final.
And nothing to be ashamed of. This Mountaineer club always gave it their all and tried to get back into it here in the late stages of the fourth quarter, trying to make a run at them. Showed a little run at the beginning of the third. But I think the overall prowess of a Kobe Bryant was just too much for the Mountaineers.
For Stroudsburg, Lacey and Reed at 12 each. Emmett Donnelly with 13, 6 for Callahan, 2 for Ryan Ott, 3 for Mark Slavin, and 6 for Tariq El Bassouni. The Mounties finish up 26-5 on the year. For Lower Merion, they are now 29 up, 3 down on the season. 36 points for Kobe Bryant, 14 for Dan Pangrazio, 9 for Jermaine Griffin, Omar Hatcher with 4, Emery Dabney with 1, Carrie Walker with 2, and 5 for Brendan Pettit. Lower Merion will now play the winner of the Harrisburg-Chester game. That will be Wednesday, March the 20th in the Eastern Final, the state championship, 8 o'clock on Saturday night, a week from tonight.
Well, I just think it was a treat seeing a player of the caliber of a Kobe Bryant, but I enjoyed following the Mountaineers, and it was quite a season for Sean Thornton and his Mountaineers, and we look for them to be back again next year, I'm sure.
Yeah, we thank the Mounties for allowing us to come along on their ride. Great season for the Mounties. Congratulations to them. And I'm sure they will enjoy it after they get a chance to rest after this one. The final score, once again, Lower Merion 71, Stroudsburg 54. We thank all of you for watching. For Bob Milkby and the whole TV 13 crew, I'm Bob Capasso saying so long from Martz Hall.